Whenever a new social media star rises to fame, it's only a matter of time before things take a strange turn. Meet Nikita Dragun.
In a minute, but you know what they say, ain't broken, don't fix it, it's clearly not broken, it's just so you ain't really me way back then, but how about now, cause I'm up right now, and you simply suck right now, hey, you would never give me playback.
Her rise to fame was meteoric, going from a beauty enthusiast on YouTube to a trans icon, top influencer, and CEO of her own makeup brand. She built an empire on self-empowerment and trans awareness, earning millions of followers, starring in music videos, and even landing her own reality series. With over 27 million followers across multiple platforms, Nikita was living what she called a real-life fantasy. But if there's one thing the internet loves more than building someone up, it's tearing them down. Over the span of a decade, Nikita went from adored to infamous, losing brand deals, being dropped by her management, and even spending time in jail. So how did it all fall apart? Let's run it from the top. On January 31st, 1996, Nikita Dragun was born in Belgium and then raised in the US in Springfield, Virginia. Her father served for 28 years in the military, and she comes from a mixed background, with her father being Vietnamese and her mother Mexican. Now, it's safe to believe that the two cultures influenced Nikita's upbringing, along with her two sisters and one brother. So by the time Nikita was to attend high school, she attended a local high school in Virginia, and she engaged in various extracurricular activities, including art, theater, and music. In 2021, she decided to visit her old stomping grounds while visiting family and uploading a video writing, "My high school bully is running around my hometown saying we're friends, and he knew me before I was famous. No, sir, you and the entire football team were calling me an F-word slur in the hallways. And guess what? I walked with my head high, knowing one day you would be using my name to pick up chicks at a bar." You see, the thing about Nikita is that she has openly stated that while in high school, she wasn't sure about her sexual identity and was still in the process of exploring herself. It was around this time that she developed a passion for makeup. She decided to share that passion with others, and as soon as Instagram was created, she launched her first social media account, and she called herself the Mother of Dragons. Then in her TikTok account, she usually posted lots of her videos. The videos are mostly filled with either her dancing or doing makeup tutorials.
Said you got a boyfriend. Fuck that gotta do with me. I know you wanna come slide through. We finna fucking and smoke on these trees. What ain't out there?
It be the booty for me. She a little cuter than me. She might not do it for you, little nigga, but she finna do it for me.
One thing that made Nikita stand out in her content was her ability to understand the power of likes and comments. Instead of the usual hashtag people used in the early years of Instagram and YouTube, because she had the desire to build her content on that, Nikita created a YouTube channel in 2013, where she shared beauty and makeup tips, vlogs, and Q&As. Now, many people did not expect Nikita to make it by hoping for likes and comments, but to everyone's surprise, in 2014, she had gained over 50,000 subscribers. In October of that next year, Nikita decided to share a more vulnerable side with her audience when she posted a video titled Male to Female Transformation. This was a big moment for Nikita. The video got over 1 million views. But more than that, she was sharing something she had always kept to herself and felt liberated in doing so. Her sub count jumped over 400,000. And only a couple of months later, she shared a video titled I Am Transgender. She cried as she shared with her subscribers about her life events that led to her openly and proudly to identify as a transgender woman.
Hi Dragons, what's up? It's Nick Dragun, and today I'm coming at you with the video. I have a lot of things to explain and a lot of things that I want to explain, not because I feel pressure by anyone or any means, but because I have finally arrived at a very happy point in my life, and it's finally time for me to share something with you guys. I am transgendered. Well, I wanted to start off by just stating the facts that I am transgendered, and I want to let you guys know how just appreciative I am of all the things that you guys have given me recently, and the support and everything that you guys have shown me, and the love that I have never received in my entire life. I just remember constantly feeling that something wasn't right, even at that early age. I think the reason why I'm crying so much and I feel so emotional right now is because I've never really thought about my journey, and I'm at this point right now that I never thought I'd be able to get to. So I'm gonna try my best to get through this. I feel like I have accomplished so much. Hi Dragons, what's up? It's Nick Dragun, and today I'm coming at you with a completely different video. As you can tell, I'm not wearing any makeup, contacts, a wig, or anything crazy like I normally am. I really wanted to show you guys the different side of me, and it's not a side that, you know, is the true me and I've been fooling you guys and all this and that. It's just a different side of me that I don't tend to show because it's definitely a more vulnerable side of me. I know you guys have a lot of questions and I haven't addressed anything yet because for me, I just need a little bit more time, but please guys, if you stay with me, I will be answering it in a completely different video, and I just thank you ahead of time for giving me the time to put things together in my life. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys my male to female transformation, and yes, it is quite a bit of a transformation because I am changing genders in my makeup and everything else to look female and to fully enhance what I feel.
As you've seen, this was a huge moment, not only for Nikita, but also for YouTube, as this type of content wasn't shared often. In a world where gay and transgender people were regularly attacked verbally and physically for just existing, Nikita was applauded for sharing her journey and helping others in the trans community who might need support, information, and a role model. Some of the comments that came from her videos were, "So proud of you, babe. You were so strong for making this video. I know you're going to help so many other kids who have felt the same as you with this video. I love you. Imagine the difference." She somehow had a more feminine voice than now. "Yes, get it, girl. You are so beautiful inside and out. We love you. You're amazing, Nikki. I'm so happy for you. You're so amazing, and I literally was tearing this whole video. You're touching so many hearts, BB Cakes." Now, what many did not know was that all of those things happened while she was still in high school. So immediately after graduating from high school, Nikita moved to LA to attend the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, California. Throughout this period, she decided to continue building her influence online and sharing her transition more on YouTube. In January of 2016, she posted a video titled Transgender Q&A, Surgery, Dating, and More. A few videos later, she shared one titled 6-Month Hormone Update, Transgender Male to Female, and even her facial plastic surgery story.
My question for you is, how did your parents react when you came out as trans?
I got a really, really great reaction from my parents because it was something that I kind of eased into. I mean, pretty much by the time I was leaving to go off to LA, I'm pretty sure they had a general consensus and idea. I mean, I already, you know, was acting very feminine. My parents knew that I basically at the time was cross-dressing, you know, and I was wearing female clothes, there were bras, there were wigs, and I did all that stuff, and I think they saw that I had a new light in my mind and a new light in myself because I was more confident. I think the biggest thing for me is once I realized who I was.
And of course, the comments were filled with love, support, and even some sharing their experiences. "I'm loving these videos. I never knew so much about being trans, but I always try to be as supportive as possible. But I feel like these videos help me and so many other people understand a little bit better. You've essentially summed up what it is to be a woman and all the emotional and physical crap we go through. This video shows all the things that are hard about being a woman as well as tea. Read more. I love this because girls are always picking apart their bodies, saying their boobs are too small, or their butts are too HIA, or their thighs are too whatever, and here, you're one of the few people who can get me emotional, I swear. Love you so much. It's probably not the hormones that have stopped your acne. I suffer from depression and anxiety and have stress levels beyond belief. And I notice that when I'm at my worst, my skin breaks. The little knots or knots you get in your breasts is how it happens to everyone. I was born a woman, and I remember when I started puberty. They looked and felt that way too, and they hurt because of how it feels. Now, by the end of 2016, her videos were regularly getting millions of views. This was when the YouTube beauty community was at its highest. People like James Charles Channel was only 2 years old at this point. Jaclyn Hill had just gone brunette, and Jeffree Star was apologizing for being racist.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Now, I've been silent for a very long time. I know that's very rare for me. I've taken a lot of time to do a lot of self-reflection. Now, in the past, I've been very guilty of speaking out of anger, out of frustration, out of my emotions. I'm so quick to grab my phone and just say whatever is on my mind in that moment without ever really thinking the ramifications of my words, my actions, and for the first time in a very long time, I'm really reflecting on my behavior and mine alone. And I've come to a lot of realizations, and it's been really important to actually understand everything that I was a part of, that I did wrong, and really start a new chapter for myself. I've spent a lot of time realizing why I do certain things and why I do the things that I do. And today, there are no excuses. A year ago, I did a video called Never Doing This Again, and I meant that. And 2020 has been really, really crazy, and I have added to the chaos. When I filmed my video called Never Doing It Again, I meant every word in the video. Did I slip up? Am I human? Have I done some f***ed up things? Of course I have. But at the end of the day, today, once again, I will not be exposing anyone. For everyone saying Jeffree's gonna be coming with the receipts and we all need to get ready to forgive.
Now, with the fall of guys was the beginning of Nikita's journey to stardom, with each video and millions of views gradually climbing the ladder of fame and success, jokingly calling YouTube and Instagram her sugar daddies. Her fearless attitude and strong perspective attracted more viewers to her channel. Nikita would also raise issues around transgender rights and urged her viewers to accept their unique identity. She became an advocate for trans rights, and in 2017, on March 31st, which happens to be International Transgender Day of Visibility, she shared a video with her parents in which they shared their views on Nikita's journey.
Everyone, it's Dragon and the Dragon family. Today I have a very, very special video for you guys. In honor of Trans Day of Visibility, I thought it'd be the perfect time to sit down with my family. This is my real dad and my real mom. They are my absolute pride and joy. I thought it'd be so interesting to sit down with my mom and my dad and just really share their side of the story and really kind of get their view on everything. So I just wanted to ask my mom and dad a couple questions, and the first being, what was your first experience with me being trans or maybe being different, or what was like that first moment when you were like, okay, Nikita's kind of different?
I think for me, I always knew that you liked really flamboyant things, and I knew that you liked my shoes and you were always in my makeup.
Me, still me till this day.
When I noticed that you like to play with girls' toys, a lot of dolls, love movie Mulan.
I love Milan.
So that's when I know.
And so that's the other thing. I think it's really important to note that my family is really diverse.
And once again, the comment section was a place full of support for Nikita. Some of the comments that came included the following: OMG, I had to pause. Your dad is so cute, he's wearing a suit for this video, LOL. When your dad said, my daughter, I cracked the biggest smile, hee hee, so happy for you. This isn't something that trans kids should watch, but rather than their parents. Nikita's parents set such a great example of how to support. 1 year after that video was uploaded, Nikita hit 1 million subscribers in March of 2018. The content in Nikita's videos about being transgender cannot be understated, as many in the trans community have to fight not just social stigma, but also medical stigma. Nikita was fearlessly overcoming challenges and shattering stereotypes. Certain things led to Nikita's rise to fame, and the first thing I think that led to her rise was the age at which she started her content. According to her Wikipedia page, Nikita started content making at a very early age of 17, and by that time, many people got in love with her because of the age. Let's see some of her very first videos at that age.
The craziest year ever. I feel like this year is really just about realizing things. As an independent woman and freshly out of college, I think everything has been taking off. This year has been such a wildfire and a storm, and I feel like I've just been conquering everything with my dragons more than ever. I am so independent and I am really ready to embrace this life full-heartedly. But of course, like any story, there's been so many bumps along the road, and I feel like with my success, the bigger it grows and the bigger my obstacles have become.
So it's easy for us to believe that when people saw her like this at such a young age, they fell in love with her instantly. Another thing that led to Nikita's quick rise to fame was the kind of content she was making. You see, by the time Nikita joined the social media space, there was a particular type of trend at the time. Many people were already engrossed in niches like sports, celebrity, and many others. But when Nikita came, she came with something new, something many could not understand at the time, yet they fell in love with this new and yet harmless content. They saw Nikita as someone that was ready to embrace her newfound personality, and this led to lots of followers, support, and views. So when she started with her makeup videos, people were really loving this new brand.
Sorry, my ex-boyfriend just texted me.
Hey guys, it's me Ann.
And Nikita.
And this is Beauty with Me. You guys might have noticed that I'm here with Nikita Dragun, YouTube extraordinaire, activist, now makeup brand creator.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're like the first person to say that. I guess it's true.
Yeah, dude. Line's called Dragun Beauty. We're gonna use some of it today, but first, Nikita's going to show me how she gets ready, the entire routine from start to finish.
Yes.
I'm really excited because this is the most product that I think I'll ever put on my face.
Thank you so much for Finding Your 29 for having me, and thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm so excited. First, we're gonna start off with brows. I brush, and then I'll just start doing like little brow strokes. I mean, I feel like it's such a beauty guru, like, oh my God, I'm just gonna do little brow hair strokes. And then you're gonna like brush through the brow to like make it look like just more natural.
You see, the thing about these videos is that they got a total of about 40 million views, while a movie series and a football match got a total of 20 million views at that time. Now, another thing that led to her rise was her sponsorship, because as Nikita's follower count grew, so did the amount of sponsorships she received. One big partnership was with Bellamy Hair, in which she launched 3 synthetic wigs, one named Kisi. The wigs were the same style but came in 3 different colors, with each wig costing $160. Each wig was sold in a box with Nikita's dragon-themed branding. At the end of that year, she shared a photo on Instagram holding a picture of herself from high school, in the caption reminding people to be careful who they're mean to in high school.
Oh my gosh, Snapdragon. So today is finally the day I'll be announcing my very first collaboration ever at 7 p.m. on my Instagram. Are you guys ready? Because I don't even think I'm ready. It's finally time for me to announce that I will be collaborating with Bellamy Hair to release my very own dragon wigs.
So you see, the thing about these collaborations is that it has a way of announcing a person into the limelight. And as for Nikita, she was no exception. By October of 2020, Nikita shocked everyone when a magazine announced that she was going to collaborate with one of the biggest makeup organizations of the time. The article read, "That's right, Morphe x Nikita is finally here. Just a year and a half after unveiling Dragun Beauty, her own vegan and cruelty-free makeup line, 24-year-old Nikita Dragun, known to her millions of supporters under the solo-standing moniker of Nikita, has collaborated with a fellow beauty industry titan. The collaboration launches on Thursday, November 5th, and Morphe will also start carrying select Dragun Beauty products. As if that article was not enough, they released their branch laugh in 2020, dragging over 65,000 views, and this made Nikita gain over 1 million followers. Now the comment section was filled with fans of both Morphe and Nikita, and they went on to support their stars. Their comments read, "This is one of the coolest promotions I've seen in a while. She's snapped, OMG. Shout out to the creative team. The editing and graphics are so well done. Can you add the artists that worked on these? I want to follow them on Instagram. Imagine Nikita x Blackpink. The line is cute, I wish I can try. Pigment looks so bright. Now on discount at TJ Maxx. I love you, Morph and Nikita, definitely. You see, as her audience grew, so did the opportunities. She landed major brand deals, collaborated with high-end makeup companies, and became a regular face at red carpet events. But her biggest power move came when she launched her own makeup brand, Dragun Beauty. Unlike many influencer brands that felt like cash grabs, Dragun Beauty had a deeper message. It was marketed as a brand that specifically catered to the transgender community, featuring products like color correctors designed with transgender individuals in mind. Beyond makeup, Nikita expanded her brand into mainstream entertainment. She leveraged her fame to break into reality TV, social media stunts, and high-profile collaborations with celebrities outside of the beauty world. At her peak, she wasn't just a YouTube star, she was rubbing shoulders with Hollywood elites like paparazzi, Tony Lopez, and the likes of them.
Guess who I saw in Hollywood yesterday?
Nikita Dragun had achieved what many influencers dreamed of. She turned internet fame into legitimate celebrity status. But as we all know, fame in the beauty world comes at a cost, and Nikita's story is no exception. And if you're thinking that was all, well, it isn't, because in 2019, she hit one of the highest marks of her career when she won the award for Beauty and Streaming Awards.
And the queen taking home the stream is... This shit's hard, hold on. Nikita Dragun!
But Nikita's rise to fame didn't end there. In fact, it became even more significant when she found herself at the center of a cultural shift that would shake one of the biggest fashion brands in the world, Victoria's Secret. To understand what happened, we need to look back at 2018. At that time, Ed Razek was the chief marketing officer of Victoria's Secret, a position he had held since the 1980s. He was one of the key figures behind the brand's image, responsible for creating the now iconic Victoria's Secret Angels and shaping the aesthetic of their famous annual fashion show. For years, the brand had thrived on the idea of a narrow beauty standard: thin, tall, conventionally attractive supermodels who embodied an unattainable fantasy. But as the years passed, US culture was changing. Social media had become a powerful platform for pushing inclusivity and representation, amplifying voices that were previously ignored. Movements like #MeToo and the rise of body positivity were reshaping the beauty and fashion industries. Consumers were demanding more diversity, and brands that failed to evolve were quickly being called out. Meanwhile, Victoria's Secret was struggling to keep up. The company's fashion show, once a cultural event that attracted millions of viewers, was rapidly losing relevance. Audiences were no longer captivated by an outdated one-size-fits-all standard of beauty, especially when their social media feeds were full of influencers, activists, and models of all body types embracing self-love and authenticity. Then came the moment that sealed Victoria's Secret's fate. In a 2018 interview with Vogue, Ed Razek made comments that instantly sparked outrage. When asked whether the company should include transgender models in their runway show, he bluntly responded, No, I don't think we should. His reasoning? Because the show is a fantasy. It's a 42-minute entertainment special. That's what it is. If that wasn't bad enough, when asked about featuring plus-size models, Razek doubled down, saying, We attempted to do a television special for plus sizes in 2000. No one had any interest in it. Still don't. The backlash was swift. Social media erupted with people calling for Razek's resignation. Women across platforms began boycotting Victoria's Secret, urging their friends, family, and followers to support brands that embraced all body types. The message was clear. The world had moved on from Victoria's Secret outdated beauty ideals. And this is where Nikita Dragun stepped in. Seizing the moment, Nikita took a bold stand. She filmed a powerful video of herself dressed as a Victoria's Secret angel, exuding confidence and beauty. Alongside the video, she wrote, Dear Victoria's Secret, you said trans women can't sell the fantasy, so here I am as a trans woman selling the fantasy. Everyone is beautifully unique. Embrace your differences. Stand tall in who you are, live your fantasy, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
For me, I mean, I really understand my platform, and there was so much I felt like I wanted to say. And instead of, going on an endless Twitter tyrant and just like, going off and going crazy, I just really instead wanted to show everyone and show him and everyone else in the world that, trans girls and plus size girls, of course, are the fantasy. And despite his, actions and his statement, I think it was really important to show that people need to be held accountable in this next coming year and so on. And, despite it being their own show, obviously they're allowed to cast whoever they want. But for me personally, I was just like, let me just take a stance real quick and let him know.
Well, I loved your stance. And as you mentioned, it's not like you turned it negative. You made it really positive and inspiring, which it gave me like fuzzies watching it. And now this video has over 6.5 million views just on Instagram. And you say that it's more just about than wearing lingerie. So break that down for us.
Yeah, I mean, for me, of course, Victoria's Secret was such a staple in my womanhood. I mean, obviously growing up as a boy, I always wanted to achieve that level of being the fantasy and being an angel. And I think Victoria's Secret is so special in almost all women's lives. Being able to go and shop and, get bras and stuff and, their little sales and everything. But for me, it was just so disheartening for a brand to really make those disgusting comments. And I just thought it was a moment for me to kind of like hold the torch up for all of us girls and to really spread positivity, because it really wasn't about, oh, I want Victoria's Secret to hire me as a model. It wasn't about, oh, I want Victoria's Secret to include me or whatever. It was just, I want them to know that they can't say those things and that I am really a fantasy, and every woman is a fantasy.
The video quickly went viral, racking up over 15 million views on Instagram alone. Support poured in from fans, influencers, and fellow creators, all applauding Nikita for challenging outdated beauty norms. The following day, she posted again, expressing gratitude for the overwhelming response. Thank you everyone for your love and support. I would have never imagined this kind of response. This is not a hate campaign, but instead proof that any woman, trans or not, is a fantasy. Be your own angel. Faced with mounting backlash, Victoria's Secret was forced to respond. Ed Razek issued a public apology, admitting that his comments were insensitive. But it was too late. The damage was done. But it did not end there. 8 months later, in an attempt to repair its reputation, Victoria's Secret finally hired its first transgender model. However, the move was seen by many as too little too late. The brand's decline continued, and by August 2019, Ed Razek resigned from his position. Nikita's viral moment wasn't just about proving a point, it was a statement about the future of beauty and representation. The industry had changed, and the old guard was being forced to step aside. One thing that affected Nikita was the controversies that surrounded her persona. They grew so much that the love fans had for her began to go down slowly. Her views were reducing. People began to withdraw their subscription to her channel. But how did all of these start? Well, it started in March 2017 when Dragun was accused of blackfishing in promotional images for a Jeffree Star Cosmetics campaign. Well, like I said, Dragun posed in promotional images for the release of an eyeshadow palette called Androgyny from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. She posted one of the photos from the shoot on her Instagram and was immediately faced with accusations of blackfishing, as people believed her skin looked noticeably darker than usual. To those that would be asking, what is blackfishing? Well, blackfishing is a form of cultural appropriation whereby people who are not black artificially darken their skin to look black, biracial, or racially ambiguous. Dragun responded to the criticism in a statement to 17, in which she said that she was disappointed by the backlash she received because of the campaign. It's very unfortunate that a section of the community is choosing to interpret and liken my image in Jeffree Star's campaign to blackface, Dragun wrote in the email. She said that the message of the campaign was supposed to be about inclusivity, and that the creative design for the imagery called for high contrast between light and shadow, and low lighting, which lends itself for creating a mood for the imagery. Dragun ended by saying she is proud of her Vietnamese and Mexican roots, and that she was disheartened that anyone would choose to critique the creative design of this incredibly inclusive campaign rather than celebrate the diversity in it. Now, if you're thinking that was all, then it will shock you to know that in 2019, the beauty community erupted into chaos, and this chaos was later called Dramageddon 2.0. It involved Tati Westbrook, James Charles, and Jeffree Star. The feud began when James Charles promoted the vitamin brand Sugar Bear Hair on Instagram, a direct competitor of Tati Westbrook's Halo Beauty. Feeling betrayed, Tati released a video titled "Bye Sister," accusing James of manipulative behavior and inappropriate conduct towards straight men. Jeffree Star backed Tati's claims, labeling James a danger to society.
First thing that comes to mind is cell block 8 prison. This person should be behind bars.
Bree, what about you? You just meet her the other day or something?
Not her. Oh my God. I wish you could zoom in on the eyes. There's no soul in that body. It's so sociopathic and creepy. When you hear about people selling their soul.
Oh, didn't the Illuminati come for you?
They tried. I think they got a few of my old friends because they don't look like there's anyone in there. I want to like knock on their heads, but it might shatter all the plastic.
That's terrifying.
So as the internet took sides, James posted a response video titled "No More Lies," explaining that he had promoted Sugar Bear Hair in exchange for a VIP artist pass at Coachella to ensure his safety among crowds.
You went to Coachella, somehow had a security issue, and magically Sugar Bear Hair is there with a contract in hand to save the day for you and all of your friends. No company would ever go out of their way to have an extra, handful of passes that cost thousands of dollars a piece, like just in case. That leads me to believe that this was orchestrated beforehand, but he had an emotional conflict because of me and promises he made to me behind the scenes. So he had to come up with a very clever story and didn't tell me right when he got back, but after the little bit was posted on their launch day.
Despite what Tati said in her video, this whole situation was definitely not a big scheme that was orchestrated beforehand. It really did happen on the spot. The Sugar Bear Hair team texted me the proposal right away. No money was involved, and with no time to negotiate, in a panic, I signed, and that was that on that.
James Charles, he had 9 days after Coachella to talk to me.
You see, what happens when a feud is going on is very important because it has the potential to make or mar you, and this was the situation Nikita found herself in. Amid the controversy, Nikita stepped in to defend James, revealing screenshots that confirmed her involvement in securing his VIP pass. She supported his claim by posting a screenshot of her chat with James. The screenshot read, "Babe, can you do me a favor and text your Sugar Bear person and ask if they have any extra artist passes for this weekend? And that all story." Charles texted Dragun on April 20th. "I'm in VIP and I'm getting attacked. Need help, LOL." "Yeah, of course, 2 secs," Dragun responded to Charles. They said yes. "Can I give them your number?" But while Nikita's intention was to clear James' name, the feud left the beauty community divided, leading to mass unsubscribes across all parties involved. Now, after a while, the feud began to die down. People went back to business. So Nikita took this opportunity to launch her business. So 2019 also marked the launch of Nikita's brand, Dragun Beauty, which she described as the first trans-owned beauty company catering to all individuals. She introduced her debut product, the Dragun Egg Transformation Kit, packed with a rhinestone-covered egg containing a color corrector and 2 face powders. Let's watch the launch. So you see, the surprising thing here is that despite the hype, the release was met with criticism. While Nikita claimed the products were universally flattering, many customers noted that the shades appeared chalky and gray on darker skin tones. Even other content creators called the launch a flop. Still, Nikita stood by her brand, releasing promotional content showcasing the product's application on various models. Shortly after her business launch, Nikita posted about graduating from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, FIDM, stating she had earned a bachelor's degree in beauty business and marketing. In her post, she wrote, "Once upon a time, there was a princess locked away waiting for the world to accept her. They told her lies to limit her power, but she realized she had it all along. She isn't the princess who needs saving, she's the dragon." This post was followed with this video.
Time for graduation. Oh my God. This is so sick. Get all the girls getting ready for graduation. We are officially girls with degrees. Come on, powerful women, work. Adrian, we're literally graduating.
Her post, however, sparked debate when a former classmate, Weston, uploaded a video contradicting her claims. Weston clarified that Nikita had completed only one 2-year associate's program, not a bachelor's degree, and that her claims of graduating first in class were misleading. He alleged that while classmates tried to support Nikita, she was often dismissive unless she needed help with assignments. When questioned by Philip DeFranco, Nikita responded that by graduating first, she meant she was the first to walk the stage at graduation.
Little backstory to everything. I did go to FITM. I graduated from FITM. That's the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in LA. And she actually happened to be in the same major as me, beauty, marketing, merchandising, and product development. But first, she only did the associate's program. I know Miss Nikita wanted to make everyone believe that she did the bachelor's program, but no, she did not. She just did the 2-year program and not the bachelor's program like she stated.
Another major blow occurred in 2018 when Nikita uploaded a now deleted video titled, "I Hired a Boyfriend for a Day," featuring Michael Yerger, a former Survivor Ghost Island contestant. Though the video was intended as comedic content, Michael appeared regularly in Nikita's posts and videos for nearly a year, leading fans to speculate about their relationship. They later filmed a boyfriend Q&A, further fueling rumors. As time went on, it became clear that the relationship was staged, reinforcing ongoing debates about authenticity in influencer culture. Despite the criticisms, Nikita continued to embrace her larger-than-life persona, navigating fame with unapologetic confidence. But the love from fans was going down rapidly. Things got so bad that on November 7th, Nikita Dragun was arrested at the Good Time Hotel in Miami Beach. She was charged with felony assault on a police officer, misdemeanor battery, and disorderly conduct. Her arrest quickly made headlines, particularly due to allegations that she was held in a men's unit despite being a trans woman. According to an affidavit obtained by NBC News, police were called to the Good Time Hotel following reports of a disorderly patron. Hotel security claimed Dragun had been causing a disturbance, behaving erratically, and walking around the pool area unclothed. When confronted, she allegedly threw water at a hotel staff member. Upon arrival, officers accompanied security to Dragun's room. She initially opened the door and was informed that she might need to leave the hotel. According to the report, she then shut the door before reopening it and asking, "Do you want more?" before allegedly swinging an open water bottle, spilling water onto a hotel guard and police officer. This led to her immediate arrest.
Don't do that. You're gonna go to jail if you do that. If you get it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on.
Following her arrest, Dragun was taken to Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center. Controversy erupted after reports surfaced that she was placed in a men's unit despite identifying as female. A video from a local news outlet later showed Dragun appearing before a judge via video call asking, "Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still?" The judge responded that she would attempt to find suitable accommodation for her.
Can we just confirm how
Page
the
6.
like to be addressed?
Page 4.
It's a little confusing.
What's it? What'd you say?
Sorry, the volume was down.
Hello. Ma'am, you were arrested for battery on a corrections officer, disorderly conduct, or no, battery on a law enforcement officer, disorderly conduct, and then a battery in violation of a county city ordinance. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
It looks like the defendant.
Nikita, please do not make any statements or comments while we're here in court.
You want me to
about
call
what
you
happened in
miss?
your case, okay?
Or what would you prefer me to address you as? Your title?
She.
Can't hear, I'm
So
sorry.
it looks like she's here
Oh,
on.
she and her.
Oh, okay, that's fine, thank you.
Looks like she's here on vacation.
Oh, from New York.
Right, and there was an incident at the hotel.
So let me read what happened. The Good Times Hotel. Okay. The battery is throwing water or spilling water at the officer and the security guard.
So no objection to reducing the bond.
You're going to order that you stay away from the Good Times Hotel. Do you have to go there to get your personal belongings?
I do.
All right. So you're not allowed to go back there, but you can return there to get your personal belongings. Otherwise, you got to stay away from there. And if you go there to get your personal belongings, I don't know, you want to stay away on her? She doesn't live here.
I mean, I think that she caused trouble at the hotel. I don't think they want her back there. And I don't think it's too restrictive.
All right, so just go there and get your personal belongings. You should go with a police officer, okay?
Thank you so much. I would like to thank the staff. They've been very lovely.
All right, let me just write this out. I don't know, what do you want me to do?
You just reduce the bonds.
Do you have money to post the bond?
How much is it?
I don't know.
I was thinking 1,000 count 1 and then 500 2 and 3.
That's fine.
I might have to check.
$1,000 count 1, 500 count 2, 500 count 3.
Judge, would you consider an ROR?
I can't do that for this charge, I'm sorry.
And the defendant's not from here, so.
I can't, I gotta set a bond. It's a $2,000 bond. If there's any reason you can't afford to pay a bond, use the free phone at the jail to call the public defender's office and they can readdress this with your division judge, all right?
And Your Honor, may I ask one question?
Sure.
Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still?
Yeah, I don't make the rules up there, but they should make a proper accommodation for you. You should be in a separate area. You can contact the bondsman to try and get you out. Miss Corey, do you want to note your file that makes to follow up to make sure she's able to get hold of a bondsman to bond out?
Yes, Judge. Miss Dragon, could I please have your phone number or contact number that once you're out we can get in touch with you?
Yes, ma'am. It's the same one I've had my entire life.
So when you get out, please keep in touch with the public defender's office, and I'll make a note for the attorney to reach out to you soon and see if we can get in touch with the bondsman, okay?
Fiona, can you repeat the bond?
Sure. It's $1,000 count 1 for the battery on the law enforcement officer.
Dragon's representative, Jack Katsoyan, strongly condemned the situation in a statement to TMZ, stating, "The situation with Nikita, who is legally female, being placed in a men's unit of a Florida jail is extremely disturbing and dangerous. This decision by the Miami-Dade County Corrections Department directly violates their protocol, which mandates that transgender inmates be classified and housed based on safety needs and gender identity." However, Miami-Dade Corrections later denied the allegations, stating Miami-Dade Corrections is committed to protecting the rights of the transgender community and of all transgender people. They claimed Dragun was never placed in a men's unit, but instead held in an isolated cell for her safety. Dragun was released shortly after her arrest. While she has not publicly commented on the incident, her representative later revealed that she had checked into a mental health facility to focus on her well-being. Speaking to TMZ, Katsoyan stated, "Nikita is currently in a safe environment, addressing her mental health." Dragun's arrest has sparked widespread debate online, with many expressing outrage over her reported treatment in jail. Advocates for transgender rights criticized the handling of her detainment, pointing to broader systemic issues regarding the treatment of trans individuals in the prison system. Others, however, focused on the circumstances leading to her arrest, with some questioning whether Dragun's behavior contributed to the incident. Regardless, the situation has reignited discussions about the challenges transgender individuals face in the criminal justice system. Another thing that led to these reactions was footage of Nikita speaking to an officer like she is possessed by some demon.
Bitch, I am the Alpha and the Omega, everything in between. Aww. Somebody played with her and she didn't like it. Aww. She got into the cops because she wants to help other people because no one helped her. Aww. She thinks that, it wasn't her fault. Aww. But at the end of the day, all dressed up in a uniform with the guy. Oh my gosh, how so sad. She wants a place of power, but can't even be in the same room with me. Did I make her mad?
They're gonna give you water. You're throwing water at people.
Huh?
You're throwing water at people.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'm gonna make it hot.
But that's not fine.
I'm gonna make it hot.
Did anybody throw water at you?
Okay, that's fine. I can make it hot.
Nobody threw water at you.
Oh.
You're not killed at 11:37. Well, listen, I gotta go do police work.
You got no fucking time in your pocket. Go on.
You have beautiful hair, by the way.
I know.
You have beautiful hair.
Is that supposed to do something? wish I showed you mercy. A gender girl, and you would question my will. You need to go to the men's bathroom.
You walked right into the men's bathroom. Don't need
to
to.
the men's
Don't switch anything because everything's on camera. You walked right in there. Oh, okay, you walked right in there. And I asked you twice and you said you identify as a male.
Because that's how you say it. That's how you do it. I can't believe you would ever do that to me. Why?
And the comment section was filled with a group of fans in shock. Some of their comments read, "I was prepared to come here and be like, not everything is demonic, but you're absolutely right. People are so blind in heart of hearts. A demon is clearly speaking through this poor, confused, and lost soul, and yet they still deny the existence of a spiritual realm. I am praying for deliverance, salvation, and restoration of this poor man. Only Jesus can save and make you brand new. Demons are real, folks. He's talking about Alpha and Omega when he had no clue he was being recorded. It's obvious now. I am the Alpha and Omega, Revelations 22:13 and 1:8. Wow. Demon, Jesus Christ is the Alpha and the Omega, not this." So by the time the incident was over, a lot of people unfollowed Nikita. In fact, it was as if she did not exist anymore. Even after making lots of videos and posts, the magic of Nikita Dragun was gone. And with that, we'll be wrapping up Nikita's story. We could delve into the myriad of controversies and antics that have shaped her public persona, but we've covered more than enough to grasp her complex journey. Trust me when I say these examples aren't the most extreme, they're just the most telling. To highlight just a few of the more eyebrow-raising moments that we didn't touch on, there's tumultuous relationships with fellow influencers and her failed collaboration. At the end of the day, it's clear that Nikita struggles with the immense pressures of internet fame. While she has undoubtedly inspired many with her journey and advocacy, the reality is that the spotlight can be unforgiving. The problem in Nikita's case, beyond the controversies, is her inability to navigate the scrutiny that comes with being a public figure. If you're going to be someone who speaks your mind and lives boldly, then you need to have the resilience to handle the criticism that inevitably comes your way, because that's just part of the online landscape.